Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, Miss Marvel, I'm gonna need some coin from you. I'm gonna need about a couple $1,000 for emotional compensation. I don't know if I want to praise this movie. I don't know if I want to drag the movie. I don't know what I want to do with this film, but we're gonna be starting somewhere. So up first, I just want to say this. This movie was so incredible. Like, this movie is unlike. I'm going to try and keep this under an hour. I really am. But, like, this movie, girl, this movie is unlike any Marvel film ever. In the 10 years in 1919, is it 19 or 18 movies? In 18 movies, you're going to round it to 18. I've never seen a movie like I've never seen it from Marvel. I really haven't. And people are comparing it, saying, like, critics are saying, "Oh, it's not that good," and like I had people are trying to compare it to Justice League. Justice League tried to be someone's Marvel. They really did, and they failed epically. Marvel's just that girl, and we have to accept it. Just like we have to accept the fact that Malik is the ultimate couple, Marvel is that girl. Just like Malik is the ultimate couple in Shadowhunters, Marvel is the ultimate comic book movie. They're that girl, and we just have to accept it. As a fandom, we have to accept it. Can DC? I feel like DC is trying. And they, number one, they couldn't do it because they don't have the budget, they don't have the directors, they don't have the actors, and their whole movie beginning was just Batman and Superman. They're literally now just trying to create new movies. If you even want to count, if you even want to count Green Lantern, which I don't. When it comes to live action, I can't. I guess categorically, I have to count Green Lantern. I have to because it is a DC film. But like, does anyone really count it? The whole time it's been Batman, Superman. That's all it's been, and Marvel has been doing it. Now, if DC started out like Marvel, we got one Batman movie, one Superman movie, one Wonder Woman movie, one Flash, one Aquaman, and one Green Lantern movie. And even if you could do a Shira, or however you pronounce her name, or Hawk Girl, you could have done that. Y'all could have done that, but they didn't. And they could have done even one Cyborg movie, and then they could have got the team together and did Justice League. I would have accepted that. Justice League was rushed as hell. They tried to do 6 characters with 6 different personalities in 2 hours or an hour and a half, no matter however the long the movie was. Justice League tried it. I'm denying it. Walking right on by to go see Avengers Infinity Wars. Now, that is my spiel on DC, and you can take it how you want. You know, this is my channel. I'm going to do my channel my way, and if you don't like it, click off. Also, real quick, I'm going to be spoiling stuff, okay? And if you have not seen this movie, go buy a ticket. Give Marvel $10 for them to put you on this emotional roller coaster ride. And I am so thankful that I coughed up $5 and I rented Thor Ragnarok on YouTube. And I'm gonna go watch it because I need to laugh. Because this movie was was tragic. And it's not even because it was bad. It was just tragic. I don't know where to begin. I don't even know where to begin. Like, I could have done this like 4 hours ago, but I literally don't know where to start. I literally do not know how I'm going to do this video. I don't know. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do this. I don't. I could spend the entire movie breaking apart Thanos' plot character. I could talk about how tragic the ending was. I could talk about how literally we as a fandom are not going to be here for Captain Marvel, as we should. We should, as a fandom, be here for Captain Marvel. But sis, let's be realistic. We are here for Avengers. For Captain. I'm not going to be shocked if Captain Marvel does not do that good. I'm gonna go see it because it's gonna be the first female star of the show Marvel film. I'm gonna go see it for that reason, but girl, I'm not gonna be shocked if it does not do well. I'm not. I really am not. I don't know where to begin. There's no way that I can do a normal reaction like I would for Shadowhunters or like I did for Black Panther or what I wanted to do for Doctor Strange and Thor Ragnarok. But I do promise you guys that I am going to do a Deadpool 2 review. I do promise that I do. I'm going to get into doing movie reviews. So leave a comment down below if there's a movie y'all want me to watch a new review on it. But I don't know. I really don't. Like, I went into this movie knowing I was going to cry. I knew going into this movie that Spider-Man was gonna die. I knew that. I called it. I called it. But like, girl, you had to take away T'Challa, my whole husband? Really? I was so afraid that Adoko was gonna die. I was saying no. I was in the theater saying, no, ma'am, you better not. You better not take away this beautiful black queen off my TV screen. You better not try it. I was ready to walk out the theater. I was gonna walk out. I was gonna walk out if Adoko died. I was going to storm out of that room having a whole fit. I was not here for it. I wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared for this movie. I thought, okay, I watched all the movies. I kind of sat through Ant-Man. I sat through I didn't watch Spider-Man Homecoming, I'm not gonna lie. But I was still upset. Mr. Stark, I don't feel good. This is the thing that kills me, right? He has Spidey sense. So his senses were telling him, dude, we're dying, sis. You better say your goodbyes now because we're going to die. And then he just vanishes in Tony's arms. I was so heartbroken. I was heartbroken. I was emotionally upset. I started crying. Like the second he died, I was like waterworks, crying hysterically. I was so upset. Like the whole last 20 minutes of the film, from where the second Vision started dying. Nah, I lost it when Gamora died. I'm not even going in order, and I don't even care. This could be, I'm gonna tile this like a rant, reaction. I don't know, girl. But like, I gotta call it something. I just, when Gamora died, I love how Gamora was preaching. She said, ha, ha, you don't love anything. You don't get your soul stolen in your face. This was a waste of time. You killed all those people for nothing. You tried it. The second that the Red Skull, I'm gonna get on him in a minute. The second the Red Skull got upset, he's not crying for himself. I knew Gamora was gonna die. I knew, like, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. No. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Really? I was, I was so peeved. And why was the Red Skull there? Like, did I miss something? Like, leave it in the comments below, but did I miss a movie? Like, I literally only missed Spider-Man Homecoming. But, like, did I miss something? Did I miss the Red Skull being transported into space? Like, did I miss something? I probably did. But, like, I don't remember him ever being transported into space. I did. Oh, my God. And then Thor. Oh, my gosh. If we're talking in context of film, in the Marvel series, I feel like Thor has one of the biggest like development when it comes to character development. I feel like Thor takes the cake. He goes from a arrogant prince who always got what he wanted to a prince that didn't want to throne to when he finally his first day on the job as king have his people just die off. Like I couldn't deal with that. I can't have a position of power because that's your responsibility. I couldn't do it. I don't know what to do. I just oh my gosh, man. I'm thinking before I went into this movie, how are we going to fit all these different characters, all these different personalities, all these different storylines? They did it. And even all the storylines, including with like Doctor Strange, like the main two plot lines we actually cared about was Thanos and Gamora to a degree. For me, I felt like the two major plot points were Gamora and Thanos. And like the rest of it was just the Avengers trying to figure out Thanos. That's what it was. And I feel like with Thanos' character, I feel like Thanos was bored. Like, think about it. He had the power of the infinity. He had a whole gauntlet made. He had two stones. If he wanted to, sis, he could. At the beginning, he had the Tesseract, and he had the Power Stone. And what was the other one he had? Help me. It was the Power Stone, and it wasn't the Reality Stone. He didn't get that until later on in the movie. When did he get this stone? When did he get this stone? Hold on. Because I know Thanos went straight into the movie. He had two stones. I know one of them, he got the Tesseract, and he had the Power Stone. Hold on. Let me figure out the T. I'm trying to figure this out because heaven knows I can't spell. Love it. Can't spell. Hold on. Hold on. Let me figure this out. Let me figure out the T. What's the T? He had the Space Stone and he had the Power Stone to begin with. Those were the two ones he had. And he didn't get the Space Stone till Loki just gave it up. But like, with the Power Stone alone, he could have just killed everybody. And what I kind of understand. Okay, I'm gonna rewind this whole thing. Thanos is literally the most diabolical villain I've ever had to deal with. I've ever had to witness. And that's what makes him the scariest. It's not even because he believes what he's doing is right. Not even because not it's not even because what he thinks he's doing right. It's the logic. He's saying, okay, we're low. People are low on the way he's explained this to Gamora. Your people, Gamora, they had no resources. They were gonna go extinct, sis. So if it meant and now that half the population is dead, girl, man, they're living in the sunshine. I got sunshine, and like they're eating good, even though half the population's gone. So like the scariest, and this can go back to Killmonger. He had, I feel like people can understand Thanos as a character because he's trying to help people, but he's doing it in the worst way possible. Like, this is not me saying I'm on Team Thanos. No, ma'am. If Thanos was to die today, I wouldn't be pressed about it. But it's just like with Killmonger, I couldn't be mad. With Killmonger, I couldn't be mad at him because he literally just wanted to help his people not be oppressed. But with Thanos, it sort of takes the whole question of, is the villain to the extremist level? This man has committed genocide after genocide after genocide, trying to help people. And I genuinely believe he was right. Gamora's kind, they ate good after the genocides. Even with Drax, I think, is Drax the last one of his kind? I think Drax the last one of his kind. But with Gamora's, because that's the only one we mentioned, with Gamora's people, half the population was gone, sis. But like, he kind of had a point. They were eating good. They could see the sun. Half their mamas and daddies and sons and daughters were gone, but they was eating good. This is not me saying that Thanos was right, sis. I feel like he wanted to do the right thing. He just had the worst approach ever. Like literally the worst approach ever. And that's what makes a villain scary as hell. If their core value is quote unquote correct, it has some decent logic. That's what makes them a scary villain. That would make them terrifying. Because Thanos wanted to help these people. He wanted to play a savior and help these people. But what I don't get is, sis, you have the power of the Infinity Gauntlets. You couldn't just give them more supplies and resources. That was the one thing that had me so perplexed. I was so confused. He had all the Infinity Stones, right? So instead of giving Earth more resources, he kills half the population. You killed the king of Wakanda. You killed innocent Peter Parker. You killed Gamora. You killed Gamora and Star Lord. Wait. Did Star Lord die? I think he did. Did Doctor Strange die or die? Because like I know that Black Panther is going to come back. We know Spider-Man's going to come back. We know Doctor Strange is going to come back. We know this. We know this because they have movies further down the line with Black Panther that's still up in the atmosphere. But like we know we're getting a second Spider-Man Homecoming part 2. We know we're getting Doctor Strange part 2. We know this information. So I feel like the people who died, they're going to have to come back somehow. So I feel like they're not really dead. I just feel like they vanished from the space, from the universe. And I'm gonna have to link to the round table because I watched Adrian's video. I watched the round table's video. Those were the two main ones I kind of watched to sort of figure out how I'm gonna discuss this instead of it's being hyped up and nothing making any sense. So I'm gonna link their videos down in the description. So go check them out and go follow them and subscribe because they are amazing content creators. I I just don't know how. I feel like I don't even know what I was saying before, but like I feel like the thing that makes Thanos so incredibly, and please don't mind that noise, it's just a dryer, but like I don't know where to begin. I really don't know. I'm about to be 18 minutes into this video and I literally don't know how to describe this movie besides it's amazing. You have to go see it. Like you have to go see it to make sense. Like okay, going back to Thanos for a second. What I don't get is why didn't he just take the Infinity Stones to just make more resources? Like, yeah, I know it would be a horrible movie. It would be boring as hell. But, like, it would make more logical sense. It would make sense if he just made more resources. But, I guess we wouldn't have a movie if it was that simple. If it was that simple, we would have no film. So I kind of get it. But, like, I can't believe that. And oh my gosh, we're talking about like if we're talking about character development, can we talk about Nebula, please? Can we talk about her? We're gonna talk about her. With freaking Nebula. She has the greatest character development in the film industry. She goes from being the villain and she's sort of like, I'm gonna avenge my sister. I'm gonna get revenge for you trying to dissect me like I'm some kind of lab rat. No, man, Thanos, we're not doing this. And I feel like if in the fourth movie of all, and I agree with the round table, if anyone deserves to kill Thanos, it has to be Nebula. It has to be. They better not give it to Tony, Captain America. They bet no. Just let Nebula and Gamora do this. Just let them do it. Drax, he can help too. But like, I'm not really here. But like, I just want Nebula to do it. Nebula has to do it. I want it to be like the comics, and Nebula just takes his gauntlet and comes for his purple Oompa Loompa ate a blueberry behind. I'm gonna get my life if that happens. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Can we talk about going to Wakanda real quick? We took a field trip to Wakanda, and like The second I heard the soft little drums, I'm thinking, we're going to Wakanda. I was literally so happy in the theater. I looked like an idiot. I said, yay, we're going to Wakanda. If y'all go back to my reaction to the trailer, the only thing I even wore a Black Panther shirt. Can y'all see that? Let me try to put the camera. I even wore a Black Panther shirt to the movie. And I made sure it was black because, girl, we are in eternal mourning. We're in mourning for a year. I'm going to be mourning the loss of my man and my babies for an entire year. 2 years. No, 2019. And can we talk about that time? This is not even cohesive. So I'm just going to put it to rant. But, like, can we talk about the ending? With the ending, after the end credits, I was so mad. Like, we all stayed in the theater. We get to the end credits. We see Fury disappear. We all said, really now? You got to get rid of all the black people? Like, yeah, you had to get rid of all the black people? All the black people? You got rid of Sam, Black Panther, Nick Fury, and the only one left is Rhodey? Really? Struggling to walk, Rhodey? That's who you leave behind? If they could have killed Rhodey and kept T'Challa, that's what I would have wanted. If I had a choice, I would have seriously kept T'Challa because that's my whole husband. But really, Rhodey, like I get it. Like why? Okay, I don't get it. Why Rhodey? Why? Don't make any type of sense. I'm upset about it. I'm so upset. And I love when he tells the General Adoko, get up, get up. This is not a place for a general to die. Boom, he dead. I was so mad. And then when Peter dies, he says, Mr. Stark, I probably already said this, but I don't care. He clung to him like a little child clings to their parent when they're afraid and says, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Oh my, that's when I started crying. Like, realistically, I started weeping. Because you're not only going to take away my baby after he just became an Avenger, you got to give him the most emotional, because it just shows how young he is. It shows how childish and how young he is. I didn't approve of this. Oh my I cried. When I say I wept and I was, hysterically crying, I was hysterically crying. I didn't care. I literally had to cover my mouth with my jacket to keep me from sobbing. I was so heartbroken. Oh my gosh. And Wanda, oh my gosh, Wanda. First off, I loved the chemistry between Vision and Wanda. A lot of people thought it was rushed, but like the same thing can be said for Pepper and Tony because wasn't it like 3 movies ago they literally just broke up and she moved out, she up and left and quit? Now they're engaged? Whatever. Anyway, I loved their relationship. I really did. I loved how it was you could tell that they loved each other, even if it was rushed. You could obviously see that they loved each other. It was obvious. And I got my life. I love how throughout the entire film, it was just Thanos toying with them. Like he was bored. He had all this power. He could have said, okay, sis, all y'all, I can just snap my fingers and all y'all just die, and I cannot give any type of regard for it. But he played with them. He kept giving them choices. He gave he gave Loki a choice: your brother or the Tesseract. He gave Star Lord a choice: or Gamora, or did he get a stone or the stone with Wanda? Well, Wanda didn't really get a choice, but like with Doctor Strange, the stone or Tony. And I'm gonna get on him in a minute. I'm gonna get on him in 1 minute. But like throughout the entire movie, everyone has a choice. You pick the lives of one or the lives of millions. And it was that human instinct saying that like I'm picking the one life that matters more. I don't know those millions of people, but I know this one, and then this one matters to me more than any other life. I don't know how to deal with that. I really don't. I felt like that was an amazing it was demonstrated beautifully throughout this entire film. And now let's get to the main all types of ASMRTs. The main event. To the right, we have purple looking Oompa Loompa Thanos. And to the right, we have Dr. Ridiculous. No, I lied. We're gonna change this up real quick. To the left, we have purple Oompa Loopin looking Thanos. And to the right, we have overly emotional, goofy Star-Lord. Star-Lord, you had one job. He irritated my spirit. They almost had the glove off him. Literally, they were hanging on to it. His pinky was the only thing left in that glove. But you decide to become emotionally invested. You decide to become ridiculous. Even though literally she just told you to kill her 2 scenes ago, and you're gonna pop off, and you're gonna make them lose the freaking gauntlet. Star-Lord, I'm so upset with you. I'm so upset. I am upset and I am stressed. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Now they're this close to getting the gauntlet, and now you decide to get mad? You could have, and Adrian said this. You could have beaten him up all you wanted once the gauntlet was off him, and he could have diced you up like he did with Drax. He cut up Drax like he was an onion, like he was some type of vegetable. No effort. You could have done that. You could have beat him up right after you got that glove off him. And what did you do? You had to pop off, and now the glove's off him, and now my baby dead along with the King of Wakanda. I blame you for this. Like this much. I blame you for this, Star Lord. Do better. Do better. And not even that's not even the worst part. He can't even do better because he dead to the bed. Do better. I was so mad. I was highly upset about the fact my baby is just becomes an Avenger, and he literally got inducted to be an Avenger in that day. And you're stupid behind decides that I'm gonna be mad and I'm gonna defend my girlfriend's honor from her adopted, ridiculous, kidnapping father. And now you decide the second my baby becomes an Avenger, earns his Avenger, he's dead to the bed because you couldn't contain your emotions for 3 more seconds? You couldn't do it for 3 more seconds. I'm highly offended and I'm highly upset. Peter Quinn, you are on the bottom of my like list. Moving on, because I'm gonna get enraged. Moving on, moving on. So we're gonna talk about Doctor Strange. And if I can't think of nothing else to talk about in this film, and if I can't think of nothing else to talk about in this whole film, I'm gonna end it here. Right after this point. You think Doctor Strange planned this from the beginning? Because think about it. Doctor Strange said there are 14 million 60 and 14 million 162,066 ways with this I've seen this battle happen when he was having this whole seizure, all types of Sia, seizure, Lady Gaga, seizure, um American Horror Story, come to Jesus moment. And when he was getting this whole come to Jesus spirit moment, his whole exorcism moment, he's saying, I've seen 14 million ways this battle ends. We win one way. Now this battle took place. The one I just got done dragging Peter Quill for, and his goofy looking behind. He better be lucky that he has good taste in music, or I would drag him even more. He got this lit music, and this I was so happy. The second they started playing that song, I was like I've always loved the Guardians' taste in music. I always have liked it since day one. Like they had the best taste in music. Even Gamora was just sitting there singing along and bobbing her head. I got my life. Anyway, back to Doctor Strange. He could have stopped it. He could have stopped Peter from beating, from getting Mantis's hands off his head, but he didn't. At any time, he could have done this. He's a sorcerer supreme in a sense. He could have done this anytime he wanted, but he didn't. So my theory is he planned it. He had to have planned everything because he knew how this was going to end. He said, his last words to Tony were, it had to be done. It had to be like this. So I'm thinking, what if he planned this entire thing? But what else could he have planned it with? Like, he dead. He dead, sis. Like, what are you going to plan this with? Because let's talk about people who died. We don't even know if Shuri's still alive, which if she dead, I'm really going to pop off. Now, I got mad as it is when T'Challa, my whole husband, and Nick Fury, my whole grandfather, all died. What am I going to do if I find out Shuri dead? If Miss Angela Bassett, the queen of Wakanda, died, I'm going to pop off in this theater. I texted my friend saying, look, sis, you're going to have to go see this movie before me, and you're going to have to let me know if Black Panther comes back from the dead. Because if he don't, I'm not going to go see it. I'm straight up not, because I emotionally will not be able to handle it. I emotionally will not be able to handle Angela Bassett saying, my son dead, my son is dead. I could not deal with Shuri crying. I couldn't do it. I couldn't handle. I could not handle Adoko's face when she realized her king is dead. I couldn't do it. So what am I gonna do when I find out that he ain't never coming back? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. This has to be part of the plan. Because there's no way we end on such a bitter, sad, depressing note just to have this not be part of the plan. I feel like Doctor Strange planned this. He said it's the only way. So I have this feeling that Doctor Strange, they're all going to come back. I have this feeling that they're all going to come back. They're going to, I don't know how. Don't know how it's going to happen, but they're going to come back. They have to. Especially Doctor Strange. If no one comes back, Doctor Strange and Spider-Man have to come back at least because they got movies coming up in the next year. So they gotta have to come back. And so they get movies. But like, they all gonna come back. And I feel like because destroying it's not gonna work. We already saw what happened with Wanda. Did I finish my Wanda conversation? No, I did not. With Wanda, she's on this epic toil with herself, and she finally does it. She kills Vision, the man that she loves, only to have him brought back to life and the gems be ripped out of his skull. That is so trash and traumatic. I and like they're not even going, and even in the comic book world, we know there's an afterlife. We know there's hell. We know there's an afterlife. But the fact that we don't even know that they're in the afterlife, that is what's heartbreaking the most. We don't know if Peter's with his grandfather safe. We don't know if T'Challa's with the other Panther King safe. We don't know any of this. We don't know. So I think that's also what's heartbreaking about this entire film. I just, oh my gosh. This movie was so good, guys. I've never seen a movie done like this. I've never seen an entire film done like this before. Like, you can't hate. I can't hate. Okay, I hate Thanos. Like, if Thanos died, I wouldn't be pressed about it. And I know, and I have a feeling that Thanos is going to die in the next movie. I wouldn't be pressed about it. I would not. But, like, And Nebula has to be the one to do it. Only way I accept it. But like, they gotta come back. They have to. There's no way that they can just end it with none of them coming back. With Vision, yeah, there's literally no way that he's gonna come back unless they get the Mind Stone back and bring him back for the dead. Or if Shuri, because we know how slick she is. We know Shuri, she's slick like a slick ponytail. That's how slick she is. She's slick like some oil, like a slick ponytail, all types of eco styler, slick ponytail, sleek like oil. She had a plan. So I bet. How much do y'all want to bet that Shuri and her slick behind, slick like oil, slick like a slick ponytail behind, put a bit of his of Vision's personality in him as an individual within her computer mainframe? How much y'all want to bet that? And now, if they do bring Vision back, he got to deal with the fact that he lost the love of his life. Now that's gonna be sad. That's gonna be trash, and that's gonna be sad. I just don't know. I don't know. Like, for the longest time, I thought Captain America was gonna die. We all thought that. Come on. Like, if you did not think that he was gonna come back, dislike the video. We all knew that. We all thought that. Okay, Captain America's gonna die. That's it, sis. Shout out to everybody. But like, he didn't. It was Spider-Man. Because I said, when I saw the clip of like Tony just holding like this bloody hand, I'm thinking, okay, this is one of two people. It is one of three people: Steve, Pepper, or Peter. It was Peter. I'm so pressed about it. So mad, so mad. And I think I want to talk, and I'm gonna quickly. Well, I got time. I'm gonna talk about like. Oh my God, there's so much we gotta unpack. Like, Groot died again. Like, do you know how traumatic that has to be for Rocket? He had to watch Groot and his son die. He had to go through losing his best friend again. Really? I was so upset. Even when I was in the theater and we were just watching everybody fade away, like it was a Kelly Clarkson song. All types of breakaway Kelly Clarkson teas. We were all groaning and crying and screaming. I don't know how Rocket's gonna recover from this. How's Rocket gonna recover? Because he doesn't have a piece of teenage Groot. He doesn't have that. So he can't just, grow back Groot. He can't. He doesn't know that Gamora dead. He don't know that Drax is dead. Don't know that Mantis and Star-Lord's dead. So he's technically by himself. Of all the people that you gonna save, you keep the CGI raccoon? I'm offended. And I love Rocket. I love me some Rocket. Rocket is literally one of the best characters in the Guardians of the Galaxy universe. But girl, you could have at least kept like Drax or like Star-Lord or Groot or Gamora. Like, if it had to be in order, I would say Star-Lord at the bottom. He can I don't care about him right now. Gamora has to stay. If I had to put it in order of people how I do not want them to die. Gamora, Rocket. No, Groot, I lied. Groot, Gamora, Rocket, Mantis, Drax. Nebula can be tied with Gamora. And then Star-Lord can be last in his annoying peanut shaped behind. I'm so over him. I really am. But like, Star-Lord be funny sometimes, but this time I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. This time I couldn't do it. I just couldn't. He got my baby killed. And like, I feel like, how's Rocket gonna take it? Like, all of his family is dead. He lost Yondu, Big Groot, Teenage Groot, and like the way he looked when Groot started vanishing, it killed me. It did. We had Yondu, we have Groot, we have adult Groot, we got Groot.1, we got Teenage Groot, we got Gamora and Star-Lord, Drax, and Mantis. They dead. All seven of his family is dead. How is he gonna handle that? How is Tony gonna tell him? How is anyone gonna tell him, by the way, dude, they died, sis. They died. I couldn't do that. Oh my gosh. And like the humor in the movie, it wasn't corny. It wasn't corny. I wasn't over it. I was like, okay, now we getting corny. Like, come on, this dialogue's boring. It was good dialogue. It was good dialogue. And Loki, oh my gosh, how do I miss Loki? Loki literally died in the first 3 minutes. In the first 10 minutes of the movie, a black guy died. Surprise, surprise, black guy dies first. Half of Asgard is dead, and Loki just dies. You think Loki gonna come back? There's no way. His neck was snapped. His neck was snapped, and he looked blue. There, he looked gray, like a gray blue. There's no way. But it's Loki. But like it's Loki. Like I don't know. 90% of me believes he's dead. Like there's no way. Right. It even Thanos said no more resurrections. No more resurrections. And like I forgot that like Loki was originally implored by Thanos to begin with. So they've had to had this whole movie planned, like way back in Avengers. That's when they had to start doing this, like way back in Avengers. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't. This movie was great. Like if I had to give it 9, I would give it a 9.5 out of 10. Only reason I'm giving it a 9.5, my baby died. The king of Wakanda is dead. My whole husband is dead. My grandfather is dead. And Groot's dead. Only reason why I'm giving it a 9.5, if they kept T'Challa, or if they kept T'Challa or Groot, I would have given it a 9.6. But it's getting a 9.5 because the love of my life, my children are dead. I gotta do a paper tomorrow. I'm so pressed. I'm pressed. I'm packed. I'm so packed. Like this right here was a lot. This movie is a roller coaster. Like, this movie is a whole key. This movie was a whole bop and a half. Sorry, hold on. I literally text my friend, I'm doing a video, leave me alone. But like, I don't know what else is there to talk about. Doctor Strange. Again, I'm rooting for the Cape the whole time. Rooting for the Cape the entire time. Um, I love how the Cape is its own character. Like, can we talk about that? The Cape literally is a character within itself. It's not just a piece of fabric. It's an entity. I love that. I love when inanimate objects become very personified. I don't know why. It just makes me very happy. And what's there to talk about in the movie? Because I feel like I'm missing a whole bunch of stuff. But like, man, I'm so freaking packed with this movie. And I love how we got to watch like Gamora. Like ever since Gamora was young, she's always had this feisty, I don't care what you think, I'm still gonna fight for personality. But like, I'm still packed. I'm still packed. Like, ugh. I love how the relationship between Nebula and Gamora has not changed since we last left off. I feel like they've grown closer. I feel like Nebula has grown closer to her sister. I feel like they've both gone closer to each other. I just and I love the connection between the relationship between Peter and Gamora. That gave me all types of oxygen as well. I thought they were so cute. I've always thought they would be a cute couple. Mantis, I kind of saw her more as comic relief. I didn't really see her with any type of purpose. Um, that's literally the only character I didn't really care for. Just being honest. Wanted more Wong, but like that didn't happen. The children, Thanos' kids. Thanos' kids gave me life. I'm gonna tell you why. Because they were powerful as fuck. And like we just gotta accept that. Like when Doctor Strange was being tortured, my other husband being tortured, I wasn't here for it. I was like, and like while Tony and Peter are bickering upstairs, my husband is getting tortured. Y'all need to find him. Help him, girl, save him. And he's getting acupuncture. Like, what's this not a doctor's office? Girl, save him. I was so packed. I was so packed. I was so like, girl, save my husband. Get out of here. I I don't think there was anything in the movie I didn't like. Besides T'Challa dying. Like realistically, besides T'Challa and Peter dying, I don't think I didn't like it. I did not like anything. I didn't think I was bored. This whole movie, I wasn't bored. But like I watched Thor Ragnarok last night. I bought it for like I rented it for $5. But like in Thor Ragnarok, I felt like we were rushing. And like let me know if y'all felt the same thing. But in Ragnarok, I thought we were rushing. And like even with this one, everything happened in the time span of like 2 days. But like with Ragnarok, I don't know why I feel like we were rushing in Ragnarok, but like in I don't know why I felt like in Ragnarok we were rushing everything. But like in this film, everything happens in the time span of 2 days. In Ragnarok, I think everything happens in the time span of like 2, 3 days. I don't know. I just felt like with Ragnarok we were rushing it. But like Ragnarok was funny. Like if you just want a funny movie, that's just pure comedy. That's where. That's where. And that's what we have to go see. Along with Guardians of the Galaxy. That's a hilarious going. If you want a Marvel movie that you just want to laugh, Deadpool, Guardians of the Galaxy 1 or 2, and Thor Ragnarok. Those are the ones you just laugh at. I don't know. I don't know what else there were to say. I really don't. I'm kind of stumped, man. I'm stumped. Like this movie was so good. And like it's I don't know if anybody else felt like this, but I felt like the main star of the show was Thanos. And like all the other Avengers were just working around him. Like let me know if anyone else felt like this. But I genuinely feel like all the other Avengers were just running around and like, oh, we gotta go here, we gotta go here, we gotta do this, we gotta do that. But Thanos was the real star of the show because he had all the power. So I feel like that sort of sense of power and sense of control, I feel like is portrayed perfectly in this film. Absolutely perfectly. And that's oh my gosh, I'm kind of sad this is so short, but like I don't know. I don't know. I want to go see this again. And maybe I'll do a second reaction to the film because I feel like I'm so like overwhelmed that like I can't coherently profess what I'm feeling. I'm stumped, guys. I really am stumped. Like I don't know what to do. Like what are they gonna do? What literally can they do next film? What are they gonna do? And with Captain Marvel, apparently we go into like the ninth. Apparently, like this is Captain Marvel's gonna be in the 1970s. Like, what are we doing? I don't know if that's true. I do not know if that's true. Do not quote me. Don't quote me. Don't you do it. Let me figure this out. Let me figure this out. This is literally one of the most. Hold on, let me figure this out. Let me see if I can figure out what time set we're gonna be in. Okay, so like this is gonna be weird. Like Captain Marvel is gonna be weird, and we just have to accept this. Okay, this is what the description says for Captain Marvel coming out next year. Carol Danvers becomes one of the universe's most powerful heroes when Earth is caught in the middle of a galactic war between two alien races. Now, what I feel like this movie's not going to do well. I have the feeling that no one's going to care except for the end credits. I feel like they're making a mistake. The only way I can accept this, they have to finish Infinity Wars first. They have to do it. They have got to finish, and my glasses are filthy. They have got to finish Infinity Wars in order for this to make sense. Because, like, I'm going to use an example. I forget what season this was of Glee, but like Kurt and during in this the episode before Kurt and Blaine were together. The next episode is like it's like one of those unreleased episodes that they're now just releasing, and it didn't make any sense. We didn't know. I'm thinking, wait a minute, didn't Kurt and Blaine just get back together like 3 seconds ago? What happened? We were so confused. So the only way I could accept this movie and not think, okay, and not, criticize the life out of it is if they don't mess up the timing. Because I feel like that's literally the only way I can accept this film is if it's after Infinity Wars. And the only reason why I'm saying this, I'm not being shady. I support female in action movies. I support female comic book characters. I am the biggest supporter of it. But it gotta make sense in the storyline. It gotta make sense. Because apparently this is gonna be set in the 1970s. We're in 2019. I feel like it's gonna mess up the flow. I really do. Ooh, sorry. So like I'm just afraid that like Captain Marvel is gonna mess up the flow. I'm still gonna go see it and like support women in comics. Don't get me wrong, sis. But it gotta make sense. It gotta make logistical sense. It's gotta make time sense. It do. It really do. And I feel like this that like this makes sense is if it occurs after Infinity Wars. Or like if she could even jump in on it. Like, why not? And I feel like at the end with Nick Fury before he died, I'm so mad about it. Um, he has this old pager. This old rinky dinky pager. So like I don't know if Captain Marvel now suddenly time travels. I don't know. I'll see what happens. I will do a reaction to Captain Marvel. I will do that reaction. I will do a reaction to Deadpool. I will do a reaction to Black Widow if that ever makes it to theaters or if that ever makes it to like the next stage because I know they have a director and she's a beautiful black woman and I'm gonna get my life. But I saw it on Twitter, so don't take it for like Jesus word. But I'm really packed. I really am. I don't think there's any other moment that I feel like it has to be talked about or like dissected. I feel like we talked a little bit about Thanos' character. I feel like he's one of those characters that is super scary just because he wants to do the right thing, but like his method is wrong. And I feel like that's his only problem. Like if I feel like I don't get why he doesn't just make more resources. It would be way less struggle. And another thing, why was Red Skull in this whole film. Like, there's literally no purpose for him being in this movie. But yet here he is, leading Gamora and Thanos to the Soul Stone. I don't get it. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. I would have been fine with it just being like a zombie. I would have been more okay with that. But why the Red Skull? It don't make, maybe it's a comic book thing. Maybe it's just a comic thing that I don't understand. And if it is, someone please explain it to me. Help me get educated. But like, this movie is a roller coaster ride. This movie is a Hawaiian, American, Wakandian, Asgardian, mystical, magical, visionist roller coaster ride. And I loved every segment. I laughed, I cried. Even Adoko had a funny line. The one that came down and like did all types of kamehameha, all types of mystical teas. She said, "Why was she inside the whole time? Why wasn't she out here in the first place?" I can't. Even Adoko had funny lines. Like when Bruce fell, even I gotta talk about him for a minute before I end this video. Before even like when Bruce was like frolicking in like the Hulk, in like the Iron Man Hulk, in like the Iron Man version of the Hulk, he fell and that was funny. Like the comedy wasn't corny, it wasn't lame. But I do gotta get on. I do gotta drag Bruce for a second. He was useless in the whole film. He was useless. It was, you can fight me and your mama about it. You can fight me and your mama can fight me about it. Hulk was, Banner was useless in this whole film. There's no purpose for him being in this film. I felt people are saying that like Doctor Strange, there's no reason for Doctor Strange to be in this film because like people are saying that like Doctor Strange should not have been in this film, but like I feel like since he's sort of the Sorcerer Supreme now, he kind of has to be in the film. But like there was no Hulk in the entire thing, in any entire movie. Eventually, Hulk kept saying, "No, I'm not coming out," like a whining teenager that doesn't want to come out of his room because he doesn't like the new rules of the land, the new rules of the house. He reminded me like a teenager, like teenage Groot, saying, "I don't want to come out. I don't want to come out of my room. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to." Now that makes me think of Peter. I'm talking about him, and I'm trying to think. Was the Hulk afraid? Because the Hulk came out once and he got his butt kicked. So, like, did Hulk not want to get beat up anymore? Could that be it? And I love how in that moment Bruce grew a spinal cord and said, "You know what? Forget you, you a-hole. I'm going to do it myself." And he did it all by himself, and I was so proud of him. My son. Yes, ma'am, my son. My whole child. And, you know, it is what it is. It was. Oh my gosh. I don't know, man. This movie was so. This whole film was so intense that I don't even know what to call it anymore. I don't know what to think about this movie. I really don't. I do not know what to say. Ooh, sorry. Oh, jeez. And I'm yawning a little bit. I don't. This movie put me on a roller coaster ride. I cannot wait for next year. I can't wait. I cannot wait. What's Marvel gonna do next? Like seriously. Like when people were walking out of the theater, we were dead silent. Like we were in mourning, which is why I have black on because we are in mourning over my king being dead. I don't know. I don't know how to say, I don't know what else to say. I really don't. I feel like this whole video was just me like rambling. and ranting. But like that's I don't know how to cohesively talk about the film. I just don't know. I don't know, man. Like this film got me packed. This film got me packed. Like I don't know what else to say. I literally do not know what else to say. I'm gobsmacked. I'm gobsmacked, speechless, don't know what to do. It is what it is. It is what it is, man. I don't know what else to say. Besides the fact I'm shook. Like, we're doomed. Like literally. Though by the we were doomed. Like what are they gonna do? What else could they possibly do? We're so doomed. We're so doomed. Oh my gosh, man. This movie had me on some type of roller coaster ride. Like, I don't even know what to do. I was shook. I I already gave this rating an entire 9.5 out of 10. I'm so excited for Infinity Wars Avengers 4. I'm so excited and I'm kind of sad because like after Avengers 4, that's it for the Avengers. That's it for Tony and Bruce and Thor and the OGs. That's it for them. That is it. And this time next year, it is done. It's over. And I'm gonna be 20 years old. 10 years. Like that's half my life has been watching Avengers and watching the Marvel movies. 10 years and 19 movies later, we get to this point. And I love how they symbolize, like, yeah, this is our final stand. This is the end, but it wasn't corny. And I got my life. I'm I'm so afraid what's gonna happen. I'm so afraid. I'm so afraid. But like, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I'm gobsmacked. Like this movie gets a 9.5 out of 10. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Simple as that. 9.5 out of 10. There's no debate. I want someone to debate me on this. And if you feel like you didn't like this movie, put in the comments one reason why you didn't like it. Because I'm interested. And maybe in the next video, if my sister wants to go see it, so when I take my sister to go see it, and I do my second review, I want to look at different people's point of views of how they liked or disliked the movie. Oh my gosh, man. I'm sorry to this review is not one of my greatest. This is not one of my greatest reviews because I don't know what to say. I'm so shocked and I'm so gobsmacked. But that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much again for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below of what you thought of Avengers Infinity Wars part Avengers 3 or Avengers Infinity Wars. Oh, and also a lot of people were saying they compared it to the not what's the name? What's that anime? Goku? Is that the name of the dude? Like Goku, like all types of Goku tees with this Infinity Wars poster. They kind of copied it, but no one really cares. This movie broke records in one day. DC could never. And that's just the end. Alright. DC, do better. Justice League, do better. You tried it. And that's it. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. They're already promo to all my Shadowhunter fans. I will probably do the promo on Tuesday. 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 We're gonna do it Tuesday. But I don't know what's going to happen for the mid-season finale because that's my sister's birthday. And things are going to get crazy starting May 10th. Things are going to get crazy up until the end of the month because my sister got prom, graduation, all this other stuff. So I might be offline for a minute. And my last video for this month, it might actually be the mid-season finale, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. Try. If I get a day to myself, hopefully I can just knock it out. Boom, boom, boom. I get out starting on the 10th, so I might do videos then on the weekends whenever I can. I'm gonna try my best to get through Voltron. I'm gonna try my best to at least get to season 3 of Voltron. At least do that. I'm rubbing my eye because there's makeup in there and I shouldn't be doing this. I want to at least get to season 3 of Voltron. I want to at least start the first season of Sense8 if it's still on Netflix. And that's it. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I'm so sorry for playing around in my eye, but it is so I need to get this makeup off my face. So thank you guys again so much for watching. I will see you guys on the flip side, whenever the flip side may be. Might be Friday, might be Saturday, or it might be Tuesday. Whenever it happens, I will see you guys then. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter at PuzzleQueen17. And have a creative evening, guys, or morning. Peace to the Middle East. Mwah.